everyone. So my name is Will, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly handle a sugar glider that is either A, not bonded to you, or B, on the more skittish and finicky side. So sugar gliders that will be on you but tend to run around your whole body or tend to move more sporadically. They all do. They all are very naturally inclined to be a little bit more skittish and afraid of things compared to most animals, just because they are prey animals, which means that in the wild they are seen as more of a source of food rather than a predator. They do prey on other animals like small insects, and sometimes I've heard they can eat birds in the wild, but the majority of their life is spent trying to protect themselves and make sure that they don't get eaten by things that are bigger than them. So that's just how they are naturally. They tend to be a bit more frantic with their movements and very spatially aware of what's going on around them. So you'll see them looking around a lot, doing a lot of quick jumps just to make sure that they are safe in their head. You know, their main goal in the wild and just in general is to survive. So us being as large as we are can be very scary and intimidating to them. So I'm going to show you guys my newest glider, Mirage. She is a crabber, and she also can be very, very fast. So it took me a little bit of time to figure out the best way to handle her, but once I did, it started being a really easy and smooth thing to do. The main idea of handling a glider that is more finicky and skittish is to keep them within this area where you can see them, so on your front. Sometimes gliders like to go on your back or run down your legs, and you really don't want that because that means they're in a bit more of a space where you can't really control what they're doing or what's going on. Not that you can ever really control what a sugar glider does, but you can definitely manage them in a safer way this way. So I'm going to show you guys how to keep them within this box in the front of you to make sure you have full view of them, and also make sure that you can watch what they're doing and where they're going, and then they will also get used to being in a certain area, and they will more than likely stay in that certain area when you walk around with them or have them in a glider safe room or during tent time. So if your goal is to make sure that they aren't jumping off of you or running around, this is a great video for that. I will do a more in-depth video about how to bond with an unbonded sugar glider, but for this video I'm just going to give you guys the basics on what to do once you do get them out of their cage or out of their pouch. Alright you guys, so for the sake of this video I have brought out my newest glider. She is a bit more nervous than Maple, and she definitely is not as bonded to me as my first one is, so I thought that she would be a perfect example for this. I did put on a hoodie just because they do poop and pee when they first wake up, and I just got her out of the cage. So I think the best technique for when you are going to try to pick up or interact with a glider that is not bonded to you is to take their sleeping pouch, like the pouch that they are sleeping in the cage, and bring out the entire thing and set it out onto your lap. And then from that point you can see how they react. If they're doing a lot of crabbing, give them a little bit of time to calm down and relax, let them know that you're there. You can speak to them in a calm voice and tell them that it's going to be okay. Just over and over again, just keep being like, it's going to be okay, it's okay. And eventually they should calm down. Once they calm down to the point that they are not crabbing anymore, you can move forward by picking up the pouch and opening it. This one is her bonding pouch. I already transferred her from her sleeping pouch into this one just because I wanted one with a zipper on it, just to ensure that she stays secure. So I'm going to open it. You might hear some crabbing here from that, but like I said, the best technique is to take them from their sleeping pouch, from the cage, the entire thing, and from that point you can open it up and you kind of pop them out onto you. You don't want to reach your hands in there and grab for them because they will see that as a threat. Your open hand looks like a mouth, and like I said earlier, they are prey animals, so their entire objective is to escape and survive. So if you're going at them with an open mouth, they're going to be very scared. So the best technique is to do a little bit of, oh, we got some crabbing. A little bit of folding of the pouch, and that's okay. See, crabbing is normal. You're gonna fold it and kind of pop them out somewhere onto you. I'd say the best place to do it is probably on your lap. And you should also make sure you're in an area where you feel like if they did run away, you'd be able to get to them easily, no distractions or any little things they can like climb underneath. I'm in my living room. Probably not the best place to do it, but I'm super used to doing this, so it's fine. But I recommend doing it in a bathroom or during tent time. But I'll make sure my cat's out of the way because I don't want him messing with them or with her. So like I said, you're gonna fold it over and kind of expose them out like this. See how she's sitting on the top now? Not crabbing anymore, just because sometimes gliders can be what we call pouch protective, so they will crab when they're in the pouch just because they can't see what's going on the outside of it. So she's gonna try to get back in there now because I'm over talking, but I am going to make sure I turn it inside out, and you can just pop them out onto your arms or wherever you feel like the most comfortable. I'm gonna try to do my arm, but it seems like she just wants to get back in there, which is fine, but you gotta give them no other option but to be onto you. So now she just woke up, she's probably going to poop, but here she is, here's my cute girl. She's pretty calm and tame these days just because I've done so much working with her. But when I first got her, she was very sporadic and was running around all over me like she just didn't know where to go or what to do. And she's peeing. This is why we wear the hoodie, just to make sure that you don't get poop and pee on you, because it's not super fun. You do get used to it just because that's just how they are. They do poop and pee a lot, but if you can avoid getting it on your actual skin, that's probably the best way to go. So as you can see here, she's chilling on my arm, and she is staying within the confines of where I would like her to be. But to make sure she does that, you can use your hands to keep them within a box. See how I'm using the back of my hand to direct her where I would like her to go? She tried to go behind my back there just then, but I used the back of my hand to kind of push her where I would like her to stay. So that means she's staying within these four walls. Back of the hand, she might climb on top of it, jump on you. Use the back of your hand. Sometimes they'll even feel comfortable enough to crawl onto your hand, which is like the best. Ooh. Back of the hand, keep her right here. And what you want to do is just make sure you just make little barriers so that she can't really get too far away from where you want them to be. And now she's just sitting here. But as I said earlier, she is definitely a lot more bonded to me than she used to be, so this is slightly easier than it was before. Good place to have them because they're still directly in front of you. You can see everything they're doing. She really just wants to get into my hoodie right now, which is where she's used to being, just because I like usually keep them in there when I'm doing things around the house, like my homework or cleaning the kitchen or whatever. So she's used to that as being her safe space. So me not letting her in there right now is kind of different for her, but it's also good for this video because then you guys can see exactly what I do to keep her where I want her to be. Back of the hand, back of the hand, and you can kind of just keep hand walking them. I call it hand walking because you put one hand in front, when they go over the other one, put the other one. Put one hand in front, when they go over the other one, put the other one. Just like so. I'm gonna let her jump onto my chest because that's where she seems like, oh, I guess she wants to chill here. But yeah, she's being very good for this video right now. It is early in the day, so she's really tired, so it's making it a little bit easier. Nope. See? Just keep using the back of your hand and then she can't really get where she's trying to go. Also, having their nails trimmed will make this process a lot easier just because they won't have as much strength to grip like she's doing right now. Ooh, she went behind my back. And it's not a foolproof method, but it is definitely the best method when it comes to keeping them in front of you without grabbing them, because sugar gliders do not like being grabbed. Like if I were to grab her like this, see how she's trying to escape? She doesn't like that. But when I let her be more in control and let her just walk onto me and hold on to me, she feels a lot more secure and safe. So she's staying with me now. Isn't she so cute? Look how cute she is. I know. And now she's looking around like, oh, can I jump onto that? And you just pull him back where you want him to be. She's kind of, maybe she wants to go in my sleeve. That's okay. If they find a pocket or some sort of crevice that they want to be in, that's honestly even better, because then they're on your person and they also feel as safe as they possibly can, because they are marsupials. So when they are in their mother's pouch as a joey, being in somewhere dark and secure feels the most safe to them. So she's trying to go wherever she can that's dark right now, just because it's pretty bright in the room that I'm in. But she's being very good for this. Ooh, now we got some jumping. See how I'm just guiding her with my hands, keeping her in this area. Best technique when it comes to So yeah, that is the best technique when it comes to keeping a glider that is not so bonded onto you. Now you see how she's trying to go back? I'm using the back of my hand to push her back where I want her to be. Right back down there, and you can stay there. Back of the hand. Now, them being on your shoulder is normally okay, but for the sake of this video, I want to keep her in the area that I told you I want her to keep. So eventually, after a few weeks or months of doing this, they will start to realize that this is the only area that you will allow them to be on and you like them to be on. So once they get used to that, it'll become second nature to them and they won't really venture off too many places. But since I do let her inside of my hoodie, she is really trying to go in there right now so she can get away from the light. It's pretty bright in this room right now. Ooh. Whoa. She did just give me a little nibble just because she's kind of frustrated at the fact that I won't let her do it, but that's okay. It's the back of your hand, so it won't hurt you. It's not like if you use the front. Your front of your fingers are a lot more sensitive than the back, so if you get bit on the front, it's gonna hurt a lot more than it is on the back. So the back of the hand is the best, and also the back of the hand is the best just because it seems less threatening to them. Oh, this is good. Now she's being crazy, so you guys can get a real view of like what it's like. Woo! You can also, if they get back here, use the back of your hands to kind of scoop them up. Scooping is much preferred rather than grabbing, so I'm gonna show you guys that. Two back of my hands together and the scoop. And now I scooped her. And I can also show you that with like the front of my hands. Two front hands together, scoop. Scooping, not grabbing. Very, very important. Scoop. Scoop, not grab, as you guys can see. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. This is how you would handle a more sporadic and fast sugar glider. This is Mirage. She's getting a lot better, like I said, from when I first got her. But as you can see, she's definitely very, very fast. So hopefully this technique works out for you guys. And if you guys have any questions about it, you can definitely feel free to comment or leave me a message on the best techniques. A box I have found are the best to keep them within an area that you feel most comfortable holding them, and also will kind of train them to know that these are the areas that they're allowed to be in. So yeah, thank you guys. One more time, this is Mirage. Please don't jump on my face. And we are signing off. I'm gonna finally let her go in my hoodie now because she really wants to go in there. Or maybe not. Maybe she just wants to be up there. Either way though, yep, there she goes. See? All right, you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.